and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How was your weekend? How's your week going? Hopefully you all are having a fantastic week. I really can't complain. I guess we all could, but it don't do no good anyway, right? So anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me on today. Y'all know I appreciate every time y'all log into Relationship Soup. And it doesn't matter if you're new, if you're watching the replay, if you're watching us live, I see you, I love you, and I appreciate you. So y'all, thank y'all so much. All right, y'all already know I'm gonna get into this episode today. I got some stuff to talk about. This is another Lisa's Lens. So, still works the same. If you want to comment or whatever, ask questions, let me know you're in the room. Feel free to do that. And I will bring your comments on, as I always do. But of course, we got some housekeeping stuff to do. All right. So boom. So y'all already know on YouTube it's Relationship Soup, period. Let's get them subscribers up, y'all. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, and share this. Let everybody know to subscribe on YouTube. If you want to join the forum, it's Relationship Soup Group. If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. I be feeling like I be dropping bars a little bit. I be noticing my rhyming patterns. But anyway, so and we do have the greeting cards still. So if you want greeting cards or whatever, y'all already know, hit up relationshipsoup.com. Y'all already know to do that, right? All right, so look, check this out. And y'all already know what I'm going to talk about next. I appreciate all the love, and I'll just have to, share the journey, continue to share some of the places I've been, stuff that children said, like, hello me, y'all. Y'all already know. Hello me, all the love that y'all giving me. I appreciate that. You already know where to get Hello Me. Get it on Amazon. For those that are new, this is my 100 page. This is 100 pages though. This is 100 page picture affirmation book with journal for children. Okay. So y'all got to get in on this. For y'all that are new, these are just some of the pages, y'all. I'm telling you, these illustrations are absolutely beautiful, right? And, ultimately it's going to teach your babies to speak life, right? To have a positive sense of self, because that is so important. And hit that QR code. If you can hit that QR code, you can actually have the link to Hello Me. So anyway, y'all got to get in on this. All right. Just saying, Hello Me, available at Amazon. And, it's actually available on Apple, Kindle, everywhere. And I'm going to post about it. You know what? Let me tell y'all something right quick. Can I tell y'all? I'm just going to share a little bit of my journey. And I see y'all comments and I'm going to bring them on here shortly. All right, y'all. So I've been doing events and stuff like that. These schools have been gracious. When I tell you that people have been showing Hello Me love, so much love, let me tell y'all. So, all right. So as y'all know that have children in IPS, they're taking something called the iRead. So I was invited in to read Hello Me and, motivate the children for these standardized tests. So anyway, one week I read to some second graders or whatever, right? And then I had to go back the next week to read to third graders. So anyway, I go to this school and, I'm about to walk into this classroom. And one of the little boys that was in the second grade group, it was him and like 3 other classmates. He walked up to me. He remembered my name. And he was like, Miss Hughes, Hello Me is helping me with my dreams. That baby told me this book, Hello Me, after one read, okay, is helping him with his dreams. That meant the world to me. The way the children have responded to this book, this is truly a mission, y'all. And this is part of my father's legacy as well. Those of you who are friends with me on social media or follow me on social media, my father was a big part of this book. My mama too. I don't mean to take her out of it because she has taught me the power of words too. But anyway, y'all, Hello Me, hit that QR code, hit that code. All right. Get the book today. All right. So anyway, I see y'all comments. All right. I'm going to bring a few of them up before I get into today's episode. All right. All right. So let's see here. I see you, Music Man. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Lucky. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cousin Desiree, what's the science? Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful. I appreciate you. Halo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Right? It's been a minute. How you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you are well. Hi, Mr. Cool 27. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Gina Bina, what's up, gorgeous? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you on today. Melvin, cousin Melvin, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me. And love and light to you, family. We've had a couple losses in the family, so love, prayer, and light to you. Powered up. Hello, you. Powered up. Make sure that you say hello, me, too. Right? I'm just saying you got to say hello, me. Thank you so much, Halo. I appreciate you so much. I really, really, really do. Kim Jong, thank you so much, Kim. And you're new here. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello Me is a dope book. Physical. Yes. And I appreciate that. I'm telling y'all, the response to Hello Me has been wonderful. Just even with the adults, some of y'all ain't even got no kids and y'all ordering Hello Me. And like I said in this book, I'm gonna keep on bringing it up. Although it is meant for children, it is a children's book. Some of our inner children need to be nurtured. Am I lying? I ain't lying. So, some of all the affirmations in here, it's for children and adults. Nurture that inner child. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and get into this episode. My pleasure, cuz I appreciate you. So y'all, let me go ahead and get into this episode. Like I said, go ahead and comment, ask questions, whatever you have. I'll bring them up, in the show. Today's show is going to be pretty short and sweet. And you know what? Listen, I know I always say that, but y'all know how I be on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, this is my long day. Even though it's spring break for me right now, because y'all know I'm a professor by day, this day was really full, had some wonderful meetings. I cannot wait to share with y'all what's coming up. Like when I tell you the creator is blowing me kisses, absolutely blowing me kisses. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and get into this episode. I'll bring y'all comments on here in a minute, okay? Now, one thing I do want to mention, this is not the 100th episode. The 100th episode is coming up. I know I kind of plugged it on the last episode. And if you've ever been a guest, I will be reaching out to you. Reach out to me because we're going to make the 100th episode really special. All right. So I will be reaching out. Right. Don't y'all be ghosting me either. I'm just playing. Y'all ain't ghosts. The guests have been so wonderful. I appreciate y'all. So I will be in contact about the 100th episode. All right. So let me go ahead and get into today's show. Now, what I really want to do, I recently had a conversation that resonated with me, y'all. Y'all know the late Reverend Jesse Jackson has passed. And he was laid to rest a few days ago. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I was on a hiatus when he passed. And a recent conversation and some reflection really had me thinking. And something that Dana, aka Tubbs, said in episode 99 just really resonated with me. And I'm going to go ahead and read it verbatim. Okay. So he said, the fact that you're existing lets you know that you are special in some way. Because if you wasn't, you wouldn't be here. Now, after rewatching this episode, because I'll be going back to watch y'all, and after reflecting and the conversation I had, I actually heard Jesse in that. And you all I know a lot of you are probably familiar with Jesse's mantra, I am somebody. Now, I know y'all probably giving me the side eye. Hear me out. Don't give me the side eye yet. But y'all probably thinking, well, what does Jesse Jackson have to do with relationships? And I say everything, because I am somebody was never just a chant. It was never just a political thing. It was a foundation. And actually, I talked about the foundation, that there's relationships are the foundation of pretty much everything. There is always a relationship that is the foundation. And in this case, it's the relationship with self. Okay. It was saying to me, before you can love anybody else, before you can choose a partner, before you can be compatible with anyone, you have to know who you are and that you are somebody. Think about that. You really need to have knowledge of self. Okay. And also in knowing that you're somebody, in knowing self, we talked about wiring and nervous system last week. You have to know that your nervous system is not a flaw. It is absolutely not a flaw. Okay. And it's not a liability either. You're not too much and you're not broken. Okay. Now think about that, because how often have we went through life, right? Now, social media gives us terms for stuff. So now you ain't got to be crazy, right? Like, oh, okay, I'm a secure attachment or whatever it is. There's so much out there. And, I always say, do your research, test the spirit, whatever, before you be claiming any titles. I'm really, careful with titles. But anyway, I just really think that it's important to acknowledge self. And before anybody say, it's too late, because, hey, I still feel like the world is exhaling and still acknowledging Reverend Jackson's passing. And although I really didn't plan on having a dedication show, to me, I just feel like this connection revealed itself through the conversation that I recently had and the content. And to me, that makes it more meaningful, not less meaningful, y'all. So Reverend Jackson, this episode is for you, not because it's trendy, but because the message is the same, and it always has been and always will be. And we're going to continue to carry that forward. So I am somebody. I just want to say that, so I just wanted to, put that out there. I see y'all comments. I'm going to bring them on in a minute. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace to Mr. Jackson. And, one thing I've been noticing, y'all, there's just been so many repetitive messages around me. Like, I don't know if y'all pay attention to that. Like, I call them divine messages or whatever, because I just feel like sometimes messages tend to come in threes, or you'll see similarities. And I think that is meant for you. But one thing that I've really been thinking about as well is hello me. Now, hello me is rooted in the same truth. It's teaching our babies to look in the mirror and say, I see you, I love you, I am somebody. So here's what I want y'all to hold on to through this entire episode, okay? Now hear me out. I want y'all to hold on to I am somebody. Declare your worth out loud, okay? Declare your worth out loud, y'all. It's okay. Do that. I see myself, and teach children to internalize that worth, and teach children to internalize that worth, right? And also internalize that worth when it comes to your inner child. Allow your inner child to do that as well, right? That's from Hello Me. That's me. And then lastly, if I'm reflecting on Tubbs and his book, So New, right? Stress others, not yourself. My advice, what I want you all to hold on during this episode is I understand myself, right? Which gives you the tools to live from that worth in relationships. Does that make sense? So anyway, I feel like all of this is a generational evolution of the same message. That's what's coming to me. And it's exactly why episode 99 hit different for me. All right. All right. So let's see here. I see y'all comments. I'm going to bring them on in a minute. Give me a quick second. So, all right. So if I'm doing a recap of what we covered. Now, you all know Dana J. Holman II. He's an author, astrologer, neurodiversity advocate, and father first, right? So basically, he talked about so many different things like the nervous system, right? He talked about the nervous system regulation and dating. Have y'all ever thought about, did y'all know about that? I feel like I'm just late to the party, because I never thought too much about my nervous systems and myself and another person's nervous system being compatible or not, right? He even talked about neurodivergence in the Black community, that often it's undiagnosed but always present. And then he went further. He talked about sun signs, planets, and all that. Now, a lot of us, right? And this is to each their own, okay? You got to take in what's right for you, all right? So he talked about how sun signs to planets, to rising signs, moon signs, Mars and Venus, right? And then he went on and talked about his book. Now, this is what I'm still sitting with, y'all. And I have to be honest with you. Can we be honest? Now, I've personally been in situations where I was blaming the rain, the person, the connection, the stars, self, everything, right? And the truth of the matter, in some situations, maybe those were, that was the proper assignment. But then again, it could have been that we were just wired differently, right? If I'm thinking about my past, maybe it's possible that we were wired differently and nobody really ever told me that that was a thing, right? And what Tubbs reminded me of as well is that you cannot pour from a cup that you don't even have. So self-awareness isn't a buzzword. That is the foundation. Knowledge of self, relationship with self is the foundation, because when you don't know how you are wired, you're going to keep on attracting the same thing, whether it's you don't know how you wired, if you don't know what your pattern is, whatever. And you'll be wondering, well, why I keep on attracting the same situations? Why is it the same over and over and over and over again? And I think that's an invitation to look at self and actually understand. You feel me? You have to understand. Well, you ain't got to do anything. I would recommend looking at self. Do y'all ever be like, man, this is the same person in a different body. This is the same experience, but a different situation. Have you ever thought about that? Well, I think that these tools are really good to consider so that you can get to the bottom of, why you keep seeing the same patterns over and over again. Because the truth of the matter is, I feel that life and people in our life are a mirror. I just do, right? So, if you look at it from that perspective, understand who you're seeing in the mirror. Okay. And to me, that's also that I am somebody piece that some of us missed. Jesse Jackson told us that we had worth, but nobody gave us a manual for that. If somebody did give y'all a manual, can y'all DM it to me right quick? Because I can't always say that I showed up from a place when it came to love and loving from my worth. Does that make sense? I'm just being honest. So, one thing that I said during that episode that still hit me was chemistry without regulation feels addictive. Compatibility with safety feels sustainable. Most people don't even know the difference, right? So, think about that. And one thing I want y'all to ask yourself, what are you chasing this week? What are you chasing this week? I want y'all to think about that. What are you chasing this week? Okay. Or what have you been chasing? All right. So some other points I want to just kind of get into. Like I said, this episode ain't going to be very long tonight. But you already know why. For those that have been here, you already know why. Okay, some other things I want to hit on is when Tubbs said that sun signs are just basic. Those are just the surface. And when he actually flipped it and was like, what planet are you actually? And I'm thinking, well, I know a little bit more because, I've kind of read up on some things, right? But even in this aspect of it, it's basically saying stop letting surface level define your depth, right? Again, that's I am somebody. Let's get into that, right? And y'all want to know what tripped me out though? And I was even talking about this after the show, the whole Mars revelation for women. Remember when he said that basically Mars reveals who you're actually attracted to? Now you already know I was looking at that and I kind of had to do almost an aha moment, right? But anything, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt. Okay. This is just conversation. Y'all gotta go and take in what knowledge works for you. All right. So let me go ahead and bring on a couple of y'all comments right quick before I get on. Let's see here. Go on. Oh, wow. Lucky says. All right. So let's see here. I met Jesse Jackson and had 3 encounters with him in my lifetime. Oh, that was a blessing. Tonality. Thank you, Lucky. I appreciate you. You know who I am and able to love someone else. I see. Powered Up, I still don't know who you are. You didn't popped up on a few episodes. I still don't know who you are. I appreciate you, Lucky. Hey, Derek, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you. They in there, Derek, they in there. I'm definitely wired differently. I didn't ask for this either. That's just what it is. But you know what? You ain't asked for it, and that's okay. But just, continue to read up on self, continue to, explore self, to understand self, right? That's going to help with your experiences all the way around. Thank you so much, Derek. I really appreciate you. Chase, All right, powered up. Chasing me, okay. I've stopped chasing. I'm just present. That's what's up. That's a message that my father gave me not long before he passed away. He was like, he talked about the importance of staying in the now and staying present, right? So that's really important. All right, y'all. So some other stuff I want to talk about. One thing that we talked about on the show is healthy relationships can feel boring, and that's okay. Now I'm curious. Do any of y'all out there feel like healthy relationships are boring? Right? Do y'all feel like that? Can y'all be honest? Right? But anyway, so we have basically talked about that. And Tubbs said it plainly. A healthy relationship is boring as hell. Now, for those of us that are wired for dopamine or who grew up in chaos, calm can feel like a red flag. And I know with all the information out there, some of you probably knew that, but that still resonates with me. It's not that peace is the problem. Peace is the goal. It is absolutely the goal. So choosing what's good for you, even when it doesn't, that should feel really electric. All right. So another thing, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, is one of the deepest episode one of the deepest moments in the episode was when Tubbs says that you are basically attracting yourself. The very thing you want to hide about yourself, your partner is a mirror. And when things aren't working out, the question isn't what's wrong with them. It's what is this reflecting back to me? That's what it should be. And my question to you is your ego such that you can't put it down and see that? Can y'all be honest with yourselves? Right? And you know what? Sometimes, it's a case by case, but sometimes it's really worth looking at what is this person mirroring to me? What is this reflection trying to say to me? Instead of blaming, we ain't compatible, we ain't this. What is that mirror telling you? Right? Because I personally believe that, people that I meet, whether, it's family, friend, whatever, that there is something about them that is a reflection of me. But that's just me. Do y'all feel like that? I don't know. So let's see here. So one thing I thought was really interesting is when Tubbs talked about that neurodivergence is more common than we realize. And then he hit me a statement that really hit me in the chest. And he said, if you are Black in America, your nervous system has already likely been rewired by generational and cultural trauma. That is neurodivergence. And, our communities have been carrying this, y'all, maybe without even language or a name to assign it to, which means that we've been carrying shame instead of understanding. Shouldn't understanding be the goal? Right? So we've been carrying that. Trauma does change you, right? Trauma can change you, right? Rewiring of your brain can change you. I can personally say that from my experience, my 2023 really did change me a lot, y'all. I'm sure it was some rewiring there, right? But just understanding that and being able to move accordingly. And I'm so grateful for, the Creator and my support around me for, just supporting me through that, right? And being reflective and mirrors when it comes to that as well. All right. So anyway, just know that you are not broken. You are not too much, right? And your wiring really can be understood. Now, I do see some comments. I'm going to go ahead and bring some of y'all comments on. Let's see here. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so let's see here. Being still and silent. I love that, Halo. But on a serious note, wasn't Jesse one of the people who set up Dr. King? Listen, let me drink on that. You know what? I'm going to be real with you. One thing I've learned in life is that I don't always shoot the messenger because the message is important, right? And I said this on an earlier episode. I remember even in Relationship Soup, we would have conversations about, Steve Harvey would come up. And it was the whole, man, Steve can't tell me nothing. But in actuality, I feel like I can learn from anybody, right? So I don't know per se, I've read a few conspiracy theories or whatever, right? I don't know. I still appreciate, and his message, I am somebody, has resonated and it has helped me, right? As it has helped masses of people. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be self-aware. And yes, you do have to protect your eye and ear gates. I would definitely tell you to do that. I will also tell you don't always shoot the messenger either, because you can learn something. You feel me? I feel like I can learn from anybody. That's all I'm saying with that. So I don't know. You have to do your research powered up. I don't know. I can't say definitively. I really can't. Let's see here. What else y'all got? Halo says, I'm tired of the perceptions about what is boring. Honestly, people need to learn how to be bored. You know what? And that's something that's really important. Lately, I've been on this whole renewing of my mind and stuff like that. And I think that social media, there is just so many influences out there to tell you, oh, this is good. Your love story should look like this. This is what's boring. This is what's exciting in a relationship. These are goals, blah, 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 blah. And me personally, that's where it comes to when you got to unplug and you got to tune in with self. You got to go in to figure out what is going to work, what's not going to work. And if you are blessed, whether you're single or you have a partner, to be able to assess that, right? To really step back and assess that. Stop listening to the noise and distractions out there, because it's a lot of noise and distractions. Am I lying? It's a lot of noise and distractions. And some of that noise and distractions, whether it's social media or even some of the people around y'all, got y'all missing out on destiny, got y'all missing out on knowledge of self, on knowing self, and even your partner, because you're listening to everybody else. But you're not listening to the inner self. You're not listening to the God within. You're not listening to the creator. So some of y'all out here, y'all missing whole destinies and blessings and miracles because you're not listening. So you got to listen. It's always there. That knowledge is always there. That spirit is always there. It really is. Not boring for me. It's peaceful. Been a long time though. Listen, if peace is equated with boring, bore me. You hear me? Bore me. I want to be bored. You feel me? I respect bored. All that toxicity and stuff, I'm good. I don't even want it. I'm good, whether that's family, friendship, whatever. I don't want it. Peace. Peace is where it's at. Looking in the mirror, hard for somebody. Absolutely, because that mirror cold-blooded. And I done said that before. That mirror is absolutely cold-blooded. But that's on you. You gonna let ego continue to communicate that to you? Because it's cold-blooded, but it's worth it. Are you not worth looking in the mirror and getting to truth and understanding? Ain't that what it's about? Truth and understanding. Do you have it? Do you? Healthy relationships are rooted in consistency, showing up as your authentic self. Healthy communication and boundaries, genuine love and reciprocity. Absolutely. That consistency piece is everything. I think sometimes people can underestimate consistency. Consistency is everything. It absolutely is. Being genuine, reciprocity, communication, and boundaries. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Holly. I haven't had one yet, so I wouldn't know. I am happy with my peace. When the right one comes along, I will know. I don't feel like I need someone right now. I'm getting myself together. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? That's a beautiful thing. And I say that you can, work on self. I've done a lot and will continue. I'm a work in progress. But I also want you to know that even when getting to know self doesn't mean that you're not worthy of a connection. Some people, I got to cut everybody off. I'm getting into self. Do you? Maybe you do, right? And then maybe, just maybe, there's a partner out there that is going to be reflective, that's going to, help you or support you or be a compliment to, right? And some of y'all missing y'all blessings right there too, because the world tell you, oh, you shouldn't be with nobody. You still worthy. You still worthy, right? So, and I'm not saying that there aren't times when you should take a hiatus. And again, you have to assess this for yourself, right? I would just say be open, right? And listen to what the creator is telling y'all, because some of y'all not even listening to the creator. Some of y'all listen to social media. Some of y'all listen to sisters and brothers and cousins and friends and family that's not even instructing you right. They leading you to a whole path against your whole destiny, right? So I would say, yeah, it's cool to get quiet. But what is the creator telling you? Or are you listening to social media? Because social media tell you, oh, you know, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman, I don't need. No, listen to what the creator telling you, right? I'm just saying. You can have fun without toxicity. I'm going to have fun without toxicity. I'm cool. No need to be bored. You know, yeah, I mean, yeah. And when I think of bored, I'm just associating it with peace, right? So that's what I'm gonna say about that. Learning that I was part of the problem with what I allowed. You know, Gina, that's real. That's real. Because, you know, when you are not in tune with yourself and your boundaries, you know, it's interesting because sometimes you can look at self and say, man, I adjusted for that. I kept on adjusting with no boundary, right? And then you've allowed so much and you've lost yourself. Losing yourself does not help you to get in tune with self, right? So, you know, boundaries are really important because what are you allowing? What are you loving through, right? Both spiritually, mentally, and physically, what are you doing? Think about that. You know, it's not a judgment. It's just very real because I can be honest with self. I can be very honest with self, you know, when boundaries can get compromised because you love a person. And then, you know, you got to be honest with them. I ain't put no boundary there. So, you know, I'm as much, there's some accountability there. So that's really important as well. Lucky, am I worthy? Are you worthy, Lucky? Are you? I wonder if somebody got my partner. I'll be a side dude forever at this rate. You know what, Derek? You know, and that's just something I've been that's been coming across my feeds and you know, just conversations that I have. I'm just one of those people that, you know, believe that whoever your kingdom partner, your kingdom spouse, or whatever title you want to assign to it, I truly believe that who is meant for you cannot be taken away. You feel me? It will find you, especially if you put yourself in a space of not chasing and attracting. You feel me? And you put the creator and all that stuff in there. You put God in there too. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend that you stress yourself out about that. I'm not saying that you're stressing yourself. Don't even let your energy go there, or consider not letting your energy go there, because who is for you is for you. Yeah, I've heard about the whole free will, or well, they have free will. Okay, but I feel like I serve a creator as well that's going to shake up the situation and is going to really encourage and persuade that free will, because what's for me can't nobody take away from me, period. Whether it's a person, place, thing, situation, what's mine by birthright is mine. Right? Now, you know, again, to each their own. You have to go with what works for you. You know, I'm also a person that believes in taking the pressure off. That's something that I had to learn about self, to take the pressure off. And I ain't gonna act like I'm perfect with it. I'm still a work in progress. I'm just saying. But take the pressure off, Derek. Who's yours? And side what? Side what? Are we talking about sides for a chicken dinner? You more than worthy not to be a side. I refuse to be a side, a secret, or whatever. I'm Gucci. If it's that's not my destiny. Because again, I have knowledge of self. Not perfect, still a work in progress, still got wiring and things that I'm working through, but I know that much. So I'm Gucci on that. The Almighty directed me here. I have accomplished some things here in Indianapolis, so I know that whatever the higher spirit wants for me is here. So though I'm not looking, I will know signs that will show me, just like the signs coming to Indianapolis were meant to be. I absolutely believe that. I'm a strong believer in that. I I believe that, when you are obedient, when you listen, whatever terms, if you assigning the new age terms to it, if you're assigning, the biblical terms to it, to me, it's saying the same thing, and I believe what's meant for me is mine. It just is, right? I ain't going to be, worried about competition. The only competition is with self. The only enemy is self. I ain't competing with no women. I ain't competing with nobody else but self. Even when it comes to business, personal, professional, it's all self. I'm going to take the pressure off. And it's not being delusional. That's just what it is. I'm joking about that part. I got a lot to desire and offer. Absolutely, you do. You absolutely do, Derek. You absolutely do. You are a dynamic individual, King. You really are. People don't even say husband or wife anymore. No, they don't. No, they don't. And and I've looked at all of the. I'm sure a lot of us have heard all the verbiage behind husband, wife, and all of that. The institution of marriage and all of that. To each their own. To each their own. The respect for just even a union. It just from what I've seen in some situations, it's just not there no more. Right? It's been watered down a lot. And I definitely see that. All right, so let's see here. Is there anything else? What else y'all got for me? What else y'all got for me? Anything? All right, so let's do this. It's been a minute since we did a true false. All right, so let me go ahead. I want to do a true false, right? Let me go ahead and do a true false question. If y'all have any comments, y'all still got a little time. I'll bring them on. So let's go ahead and look at this true false. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I don't know. Okay, so it did come to Facebook because last week Facebook was kind of sus. All right, so look at this, y'all. True or false? Most relationship incompatibility is actually two nervous systems misunderstanding each other. What y'all think? True, false? What y'all think? What y'all thinking? What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? I know that there's a delay, so I'm going to give y'all a minute with that. So true or false, most relationship incompatibility is actually two nervous systems misunderstanding each other. What y'all think? Okay, I'm going to let y'all think about that. True or false? Let's see here. So Tonali says, you can't trust a partner that puts sugar in their grits. I'm cool off the sugar and grits. Like, no, I'm good. No. In all seriousness, when we pray and believe and ask God to prepare you for what you are asking for, he will bring provisions. I believe that. I really do. I really, 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 really do. And, I just pray that I'm in alignment with everything that the Creator has for me. All right. So Holly says, I came to fill out paperwork for me to get an apartment here, traveling back towards Gary. I got hit by a semi. And I promise the Almighty is the only reason I'm alive. Amen. I'm glad that you're still here, Holly. Yes, the Almighty sending them angels. Listen, absolutely. So what y'all saying here? So Tonali says true. Melvin says true. Derek says true. Holly says true. I put salt too, like sea salt. And I'm very specific. I put sea salt and like avocado oil or whatever. Don't judge me. I'll be trying to add the health piece to these fattening grits. Just saying. True or false? Which one you got powered up? True or false? Which one? What you got? All right. So the answer is true. Now, like Tubbs said, that 9 out of 10 times what people call incompatibility is really two differently wired nervous systems that never learn each other's language. Chemistry draws you in, but nervous system safety is what keeps you. All right. So let's see here. Let's do this one. Another true false, y'all. Another true false. Powered up, you were true. The mysterious powered up. All right, so y'all, let's look at this. Another true false question. Okay, true or false? A regulated nervous system means you don't feel strong emotions in your relationship. Is that true or false? What y'all thinking? True or false? A regulated nervous system means you don't feel strong emotions in your relationships. What y'all thinking? True or false? Now, while y'all thinking about that, because I know that it's a delay, I'm going to bring on some more comments. Salt and pepper with MCT oil in my grits. Listen, sugar, Sugar? No, I'm good. Sugar in your grits? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, it's not a deal breaker for me, but it's just, ugh, it's just gross. All right, so Tonality says false. Derek says false. All right. So y'all saying false. Okay, let's see what this answer is. All right, so the answer is, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay, there's a little delay. Derek, I see you said false too. The answer is false. Now, last week we talked about so nervous system regulation doesn't eliminate emotion. It means that you can feel without being controlled by the feeling. You stop matching your partner's chaos energy and you start responding from your own grounded place. You can receive love, set boundaries, and engage from a full cup rather than an empty one. Right? All right. So that's interesting. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to do one more, y'all. Then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. All right, so Derek, let me take your comment off. All right, so this is the last question before I wrap up tonight, y'all. Okay, true or false? Your sun sign is the most important sign for understanding how you show up in relationships. I'm going to see if y'all was listening last week. So, true or false? Your sun sign is the most important sign for understanding how you show up in relationships. Is that true or false? What y'all thinking? What y'all think? Give y'all a second to answer that. What y'all think? All right. What y'all think? Give y'all some time. What y'all having for dinner tonight? What y'all eating? Y'all eating some good stuff tonight? It seems like just about every day I be needing ideas for dinner. I have my whole little support. I'm like, what y'all eating? Because I be running out of ideas. Is that just me? Or y'all be knowing? Do y'all do meal prep? Do y'all? All right, so let's see here. So Tonality says true. Derek says false, right? Okay. All right, that's fair. All right, so let me see. Let's see what the answer is. All right, so the answer is false. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there so that y'all can see it. So y'all don't think I'm lying to kick it. All right, so the answer is false. All right. So according to Tubbs, your rising sign represents who you are on Earth. Your moon sign governs your emotional nervous system, and your Mars and Venus govern attraction. Okay. The sun sign is surface level. Like I said, that's the basic stuff, right? It primarily represents your core identity and even your father figure. He talked about my father figure in Tubbs astrology. Well, actually that was after the show. So that was really interesting because, I'm going to tell y'all after the show, we definitely had a conversation. And again, look, I ain't telling y'all to believe. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. That's on y'all. I will say that for me, when he started talking about my daddy and attributes of my father, it was just like, wow, that definitely speaks to me because my father was definitely on that. All right, so let's see. So what y'all eat for dinner? Chicken and wild rice and asparagus. Ooh, that sounds so good and healthy. I might have to do that. Let's see here. Let's see. I found her, but she letting a smoothie block things. Oh yeah, for real. I'm on deck grilling some chicken legs right now. Hey Terry, what's up? Do you be putting sauce on your chicken? Or do y'all be liking sauce on y'all barbecue? Or do y'all put it on the side? You put some sauce. I guess it is nice enough to grill. We had some good weather today. And I don't even know if the storm is still coming in. I think we out of the danger zone. Because I think it's supposed to be a tornado and all that. You know how this weather do during this time of year. I think I have, what's that, BB Bop for dinner. I've never been, let me see here. Have I had that place? You know what? No, I didn't have that place. I didn't have that because I was expecting like traditional fried rice. If it's the same place, like I'm a fried rice snob. You found me and willing to work. Powered up. The mystery. You ain't got no competition. Absolutely not, Lucky. I ain't competing. I ain't competing at all. I'm still on my 40-day fast. That's right. This is the time for fasting and all that, right? Yeah, this is the time. This is absolutely the time. Yeah, I ain't competing. Nah, I'm Gucci. Nah, only competition is self. That's it. That's it. I ain't competing. And I don't want nobody put me in a position where I have to compete. You feel me? Don't do that. Right? I'm Gucci. Okay, so Bebop, am I saying that right? Is it Bibibop or Bebop, whatever? It's a place where I believe they have like an Asian cuisine or something with a twist or something like that. But I think there's a lot of fresh fruit. I mean, like a lot of fresh vegetables and stuff like that on the menu or in, what is it? Tonality, tell her what it is. All right, y'all. So it looks like that's all the comments for tonight. Y'all got anything else before I wrap this thing up? Y'all know I appreciate y'all. Y'all got anything else for me? Anything? Asian cuisine. I thought it was, yeah, because I remember walking in there and like when it comes to like fried rice, like I'm very particular and it just didn't look like what I wanted. Don't see it. Yeah, I'm Gucci. Nope, your only competition is self, right? Your only enemy is self, right? Well, I'm just saying, like, you pray against the enemy and self too. That's really important. All right, so I don't see any other comments. So let me go on and wrap this show up, y'all. Y'all know I definitely appreciate y'all. So anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me. I really appreciate y'all. And let me put this affirmation out there. Y'all know I like to put an affirmation out there for you every week. And this affirmation is pretty short and simple. Hello, me, and I am somebody. Hello, me, and I am somebody. Absolutely. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I just want to give a shout out to everybody for listening tonight. Shout out to my mama. Mama, thank you so much for listening. The Grishams, Aunt Anna, Lyric, I really appreciate y'all. And if this episode resonated with y'all, y'all already know what to do. Make sure that you're liking, subscribing across all platforms. On YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period. On Facebook, if you want to come and join the group, it's Relationship Soup Group, right? We still growing strong, still growing. If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. Of course, we have the greeting cards, the relationshipsoup.com. And then we have Hello Me. You already know. Hello Me. Hit that QR code up there so that you can order 1, 10, 20, whatever, right? Definitely get your copy today. It is definitely a great thing, y'all. Definitely a great thing. What y'all got for me? Yes, thank you so much, Holly, for listening. Have a blessed week to you too as well. Absolutely. All right, y'all. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all. And always remember, I am somebody. And that truth didn't start with a chart. It ain't start with a chart. You was somebody before you was even formed. You feel me? It starts with you. Know yourself, give yourself grace, and extend that same grace outward, right? And then for some of y'all, it's about extending that same grace inward, right? Because some of us give grace to everybody but self. And then sometimes you give it to self and not everybody. So balance that. All right. So that's basically all I have for y'all. Let me make sure. Any last minute comments before I get out of here? Anything? All right. If nothing else, until we meet again, peace.